Hey, good morning. Yes, it is. It is the day after Turkey Day, huh? But today is Friday and the end of the work week. Many of us are working today, including moi. So, what are we talking about today? Well, I thought we'd just kind of go along with the Thanksgiving theme of gratitude will improve everything if you're able to do it. And not only in business, but in your personal life as well. Stay tuned. Alrighty, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric, if you didn't already know it. And yes, this is a weekday, Monday through Friday. Today is Friday, the 28th of November of 2025. We're almost near the end of November. And now we're going to start thinking Christmas. Yippee-yay, right? But that's not the theme today. The theme is gratitude changes everything, okay? And you can practice this anytime, any place, anywhere. And the key to it is kind of like the reset that I talk about in the morning to just kind of give yourself that little quiet time, reset. Today's a new day. Today things are going to be better and not allow the things from yesterday to come into it, right? Kind of the same idea. But the way I approach it is when I start getting down on myself or pissed off about certain things or something not going right in the shop and stuff, you've got two choices. You can either let it keep festering or you can stop and name 10 things you're grateful for. 10 things you're grateful for. Even 5 if you're not that grateful. But what it does is it grounds you. Because I can tell you, even on my worst days, I can find 10 things to be grateful for. And that kind of helps with my sanity. And that also helps keep me grounded. You know, I always say it could be worse, and it could be. And on your worst day, I guarantee you there's somebody out there struggling that would swap with you in a heartbeat. Because theirs is even worse. And they're looking at you and saying, what are you upset about? You know, it could be you had a contract with a business deal and it fell through. Or customers from hell showing up. Or, you know, the list goes on. But the key thing is when you can use gratitude and be grateful for things, it changes your mindset. And I can tell you from experience, if you're coming from a good place, things will be so much easier. You know how it is when you're not in a good place where you just feel like you're fighting everything tooth and nail because nothing is going easy and you're forcing things at that point, right? But if you stopped and took a few minutes and was grateful for the 5 to 10 things that you can think of, it changes your mindset. It changes your tone. It changes your demeanor. It changes even the way your affect of your body. You know, you're not tight and you start to loosen up a little bit. And those jobs that are sitting ahead of you become not a big deal. And the thoughts are flowing and the ideas are flowing and you're getting stuff done instead of fighting everything. So the next time you get into one of those mooks, I call them, is try that. Honestly. You know, if it's something that at the shop that's kind of throwing you sideways, stop. You can even do a reset, but just stop and name 10 things that you're grateful for. Just 10 things. If you got your health, you're grateful for that. Still here breathing, you be thankful for that. If the family is healthy and you're married or in a committed relationship, be thankful for that. If you have someone else, a significant other that's still with you, be grateful for that. Are you hungry? Are you cold? I mean, there's so many things that I find that I'm very grateful for. And I find once I do that, and I think once you try it too, that things will lighten up a little bit. We all have those days. And the sooner you can start working on this, the better. Because you could take the worst day you're having and turn it into a better day. You can. And when you're in this MOOC, you also have an effect on your employees, your customers, and in your home life, your significant other, your kids, your family. You know, wouldn't you rather be happy? I know I would. And that's why I do these things, because I'm only human too. Of complaining about when things aren't going according to my plan. And God's got his own plan for me. I'm just trying to do what I can, but it's his plan, not mine. And the more I fight it, the worse it's going to be, right? So why not just do it and be happy doing it? God gave us two precious gifts, and that is life and choice. Life to be here and enjoy what the world has to offer, and choice to choose your own path. And in choosing your own path, we talked about this before too, of, the more time you hear, the more experiences you hear, the more wisdom you should be clocking up there, in your noggin. If you're young and you're just starting out, be very grateful. Don't force things. If that's anything this old timer can tell you, is if you find yourself trying to force things to happen, stop. Because nothing ever comes from sheer force. Unless it's a hurricane. And then you're screwed. If you're older, same applies. We all have bad days. We all have those days where we start wishing we had more. And this is why I've told anyone that's willing to listen, never chase the money. And the materialistic things that you have, the money and that you can't take with you when you take that next step. What do you get to keep? You get to keep the memories that you've had with family and friends. Because then it's your turn to try to guide who's left, right? You only get to go around once, unless you're Hindu. And then they reincarnate as an animal of some kind. In my lifespan, I only get one shot at it. And if the biggest thing that I've learned is I've chased the money, I've chased the fame, I've chased the power, I've chased all that stuff. And it made me feel like crap because I could never get enough. I wanted more and more, And I was watching the sales going through the roof and the income and the profits. But was I happy? No, I was living on pure adrenaline. Let's put it that way. I was neglecting my family. I was neglecting my friends. I was hard at times as an employer on my coworkers, on the people that were employed by me. And my expectations were, let's keep getting bigger and better and faster. At whatever cost. And it just about killed me. So when you hear me talk about this stuff, I've been with the haves and the have-nots. And I can tell you, I had a lot more fun and experiences when I was a have not. It's hard to believe, right? That this guy, you know, would buy a loaf of bread and a box of ramen noodles and a jar of peanut butter. And that jar of peanut butter and those ramen noodles would suffice enough to make one meal a day, which was a peanut butter sandwich and has two packages of ramen noodles. And there were days where I only had one and a half a sandwich because that's all I could afford at that point. But looking back, I was a lot more happier and content because I didn't have nothing to lose. See, that's just it. You know, you work your whole life gaining materialistic things, and when you've got them, then you're sitting there worried about losing them instead of enjoying them. You know, the guy that invests a lot of money in the stock market and checks it daily and tells you he lost today and then tomorrow he's got a windfall. You know, it's kind of like that line, you know, that you want more and more and more and more. But if you're not happy poor, you sure aren't going to be happy when you've got money. If you want to have a happy life, you need to spend most of your time working on having great relationships with your kids, with your wife or your husband, with your family, with your extended family, co-workers, employees. If you change your focus off the almighty dollar and you start focusing on other people and the relationships that you have with them, you're going to see a transition. And I'm not saying that it's your job to go out and try to make everybody happy. No, it's your job to make you happy. You can't do anything or say anything that's going to cause somebody else to be happy. Most of the time. I can remember my daughter one day, she was right on a rant. She wasn't happy. And it was about her boyfriend. And she was texting me like a mad hatter. And I said, "Did you kill him?" And she's like, "No." And then she'd go on with another rant. I said, "You sure you didn't kill him?" And she's like, "What the hell?" And then I typed in, "I have bail money." Well, she lost it. She started laughing so hard that the problem that she thought she had went away because laughter replaced it. And as far craziness of how I was responding got her to realize, you know what? It's not worth getting excited about. It really is not. It's if you got two people having problems, it's rarely just one. It's usually the two. And communication seems to be the biggest issue when I see relationships that are having issues, is they've stopped communicating. And it could be over a minor offense. But once you stop communicating, then each person starts festering and finding more reason to be pissed at the other one. When in the beginning it could have been a third party that did something that caused the two to think it was each other. Yeah. But the one thing I've learned of my years here on earth is that relationships are way more important than any materialistic thing you could offer me. I mean, if you come up to me and said, "You can either take $10,000 or you can have my friendship," I'd take your friendship. Keep your money. I value relationships. And in doing so, I try to foster good relationships with everybody. Is it going to be good and rosy all the time? Absolutely not. But if we step back into that gratitude mode of what am I grateful for? We could also say, what could I be grateful for that I'm not? that I'm not doing that I could do a better job at? Because I can tell you right now, if you get into that place where you're grateful and the weight comes off your shoulders, the thought process gets so much easier, right? And you can accomplish a lot in a day compared to if you're fighting it tooth and nail and that you're not in a good mood. So this video is not going to be that long. In the comments, is anybody else kind of get where I'm coming from? Because I do it quite often. If I find myself slipping, is I just start saying, okay, name 10 things you're grateful for. And I'll come up with 10 easy. It's easy for me because I've been doing it so long. And when I had those 10 things, I noticed a change in myself. I am a lot easier to be around. Things start going a heck of a lot easier than they were when I was fighting it. In the comments, what did you guys do to do kind of a reset with, do you use gratitude and being thankful for what you have instead of being upset about what you don't have or what you think you should have? On that note, you guys have a great Friday, and we'll catch you here bright and early Monday morning for another episode of the weekday. Enjoy your weekend. I'm sure I'll be around somewhere putting out a video.